You've heard of America's most famous criminal warnings, but there's one case nobody paid attention to until a man walked into a courtroom and whispered, "You're all going to regret this." Today, we uncover a forgotten American tragedy that was predicted long before it happened. Before we start, comment below. Do you believe ordinary people can predict disasters before they happen? Your answer might change after this story. This is the real, chilling story of a small Appalachian town, a mysterious drifter, and a series of warnings that everyone ignored until the day a courthouse exploded in flames. A story buried in local archives. A story that has puzzled historians for over a century. And a story that asks a terrifying question. How many American tragedies could have been prevented if we simply listened? In the winter of 1911, a stranger arrived in the quiet coal mining town of Briar Ridge, West Virginia. He gave no last name. He carried only a half-burnt journal, and he spoke in riddles. Locals called him the Lantern Man because he walked the town every night, swinging an old oil lantern and muttering warnings. The fire is coming. The ground will open. The guilty will fall first. People laughed. Some avoided him. Only a few listened. One of them was Sheriff Thomas Hale, a man known for documenting every strange event in meticulous detail. In his notes, he wrote, "This man isn't insane. He is terrified." But the warnings kept getting stranger. On March 4th, Lantern Man stood in the middle of Main Street and shouted, "The mine will collapse at dawn." Miners mocked him. Children threw snowballs at him. But one miner, just one, stayed home the next morning. At 6:12 a.m., the mine collapsed, killing 7 men. The sheriff wrote, "How did he know?" The town's laughter stopped. Fear began to grow. But here's where things get strange. Instead of leaving town, Lantern Man went straight to the courthouse steps and announced something far worse. "Your justice is corrupted, and corruption burns." Within hours, he was arrested for disturbing public order. But what happened next shocked everyone. The courtroom was packed. People came not to hear justice, but to see the town's new celebrity madman. When asked to state his name, he replied only, "I speak for the fire." Witnesses laughed. Reporters joked about the local prophet. The prosecutor pushed for the maximum penalty. Then the judge made a mistake that historians still discuss. He mocked Lantern Man publicly. "If fire is coming, let it come," the judge said. Lantern Man stared at him, lantern flickering in his hands. "It will begin with you." Chilling words, ignored by everyone, except Sheriff Hale. The sheriff secretly visited Lantern Man in his cell. "What are you running from?" Hale asked. Lantern Man whispered, "Not running, warning. This all happened before." He opened the burnt journal. Inside were sketches of flames, collapsing buildings, and courthouse towers falling. The dates were old, very old, decades before Lantern Man was even born. Hale was shaken. He demanded the trial be delayed, but the mayor refused. "We don't fear superstition," the mayor said. But maybe they should have. May 12, 1911. The courthouse was filled for the sentencing. The crowd waited for laughter, for entertainment, for the madman's final words. But Lantern Man remained silent until the judge read the sentence. "You are hereby..." Boom! A violent explosion ripped through the building. Glass shattered. Beams collapsed. Flames spiraled upward like a living creature. People screamed and ran, but it was too late. 23 people,
including the judge, were killed. In the debris, the sheriff found Lantern Man's cell door blown open, but Lantern Man himself was gone, disappeared into smoke. Some say he caused it. Some say he predicted it. No evidence was ever found, but the sheriff's final journal entry still haunts historians. He didn't start the fire. He warned us about it. To this day, what caused the explosion remains unsolved. 10 years later, in a town 400 miles away, another warning appeared. Another drifter, another journal filled with drawings of disasters that had not yet happened. Locals claimed he looked just like Lantern Man, though that would have been impossible. Or would it have? Some experts think he was witnessing patterns of corruption, danger, and negligence repeating across America's early industrial towns. Others believe he was part of a forgotten movement, men who carried journals of past tragedies to warn future communities. But the theory that grips people the most is the simplest. Maybe he could see what others couldn't. Maybe every tragedy leaves a shadow, and someone has to carry it. This was just one forgotten American warning. One man, one town, one tragedy, lost in history until now. But the question remains, did the Lantern Man predict the fire, or was he simply the only one brave enough to speak about the danger? If you love forgotten American history, you love what's coming next week. Subscribe for the next hidden American tragedy we uncover. It's even stranger and far more unsettling.